Colonialism and Public Health.
Disclaimer: these are not my own views but rather are a summary of other anthropologists' research. Please consider what is being said with a critical mind and a grain of salt, and come up with your own thoughts into this matters to add to the discourse and literature. Thanks.
Stoller, 1997, stated that women had a complicated relationship in colonial societies, since they had both the role of oppressor in upholding colonial authority and oppressed as its subjects. Sexuality was linked with the Orient, as Eastern peoples were seen as submissive and something to be dominated over. Dutch East Indies and Indochina had complicated divisions based on race, class, and gender. Concubinage from local slaves was the norm in the Indies, as marriage was a binding contract and European women couldn't go to the colonies. This begat mixed-race children, which led to supposed degeneracy of racial boundaries and a need for eugenics of the native blood.
Eventually European women were permitted and brought from the respective European motherlands to breed out so-called and feared inferiority, thus being a form of eugenics.
These affirm how race and sex were divisions created to maintain a separation between groups for the sake of colonial control and order. Sexual control in who one can marry or have sex with helped to secure the divisions in the colonies.
Public health was birthed to ensure these divisions between groups.
Komarov in 1993 stated that scientific biomedicine was a perpetuation of colonial imperialism. Medicine has been used to justify control and subjugation over Africans, and that this is an extension of previous centuries of scientific racism, such as the use of phonology or the study of head shapes to affirm varying levels of intelligence or animalistic natures within the races. This has produced social Darwinism, borrowing from the theory of forms, from Greek philosophy and humoral theory to affirm white cleanliness and superiority. Religion was thrown into the mix, as it became the job of the civilized, Christianized, and benevolent white man to mission into the Dark Continent, which justified the need for healing missions. Colonial public health in South Africa used biomedicine as a tool of state-sanctioned control, which valued the health of whites over the majority blacks. Komarov's ideas seem to be a large hodgepodge of different ideas, including Greek philosophy, colonialism, religion, health, racism, and social Darwinism, as according to 19th century science. Thus, these themes highlight the evolution of the study of health and anthropology in Africa, describing the history of colonial and racist sentiments that still plague today's public health discourse. In summary, we looked at the effects of colonial sentiments and ideas of race, sex, and imperialism in places like the Dutch East Indies and in Africa. Thanks for watching.